Starting off our list at number 17 is Poultry Palace. Now, full disclosure, I have never eaten here, but the idea of just a box of drumsticks does not sound very appetizing to me. Next at number 16 is Smokejumpers Grill. Now, I wanted to put this at number 17 at the bottom, but Amy convinced me to put it up to number 16 because it's a quick service sit-down location, and it does have milkshakes. I've never gotten a milkshake here. I love milkshakes, never tried one here, but Smokejumpers Grill at number 16. The food is very uninspiring. Even the specialty seasonal stuff that they get here from time to time, I've been here multiple times, and I've never been impressed with it. If there's one thing that can be said for it, though, it does have a lot of seating, both inside and outside. Coming in at number 15 is Award Wieners. Now, why is it so low, do you say? Because I don't like hot dogs. Not really. And this is my own personal list. I'm ranking them based on my own opinion, and I just don't like them. Here you can get some specialty hot dogs that are a little different than the norm. I tried one of them once. It was not my favorite. If there's one thing that I can say about it, is that I did try it. I did try it. That's the best that I can tell you. Next up at number 14 is the Paradise Garden Grill. Now, the only reason why this is so low on the list is because it has a rotating menu, so you never really know what they're gonna have here, and it's not always open. But the food is very good, so if it does happen to be open whenever you come, consider eating here at Paradise Garden Grill. Paradise Garden Grill shares seating with Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, and there are always open tables. Then at number 13, we have Angry Dogs. Now, I would have been inclined to put this a little higher on my list, but Amy thinks it's just a hot dog. But that Angry Dog, if you like spicy things, is very, very good. But it's okay at number 13. Clocking in at number 12, and the only cozy cone on the list, chili cone queso, is really filling. So I believe that it deserves to be on the list here. It's very delicious, worth your consideration, and for like $10, it really is very filling. Right across the way and rounding out the bottom half is Flo's V8 Cafe. This isn't one of my favorite places to eat. I think the food is just average. It's burgers and chicken, and that's it. But the theming of the area is very nice, especially if you love cars or have children that love cars. It's worth it just coming for that. Starting off our top 10 is Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. Now, this isn't one of my personal favorite places to eat, but my kids love it. So that, by extension, makes me enjoy it as well. If I can get the kids to eat something, then happy parents. There is a lot of seating that is available here at Boardwalk Pizza Pasta. And since it's cafeteria style, there's really not much of a line. It is really a perfect place to go. Next, we have Corn Dog Castle at number 9. If you want to get a spicy hot dog, this is really where you should get it. Corn Dog Castle, it's going to be wrapped, of course, in that corn breading, but it's very good, and we consider this to be a meal. They are very filling. They do have a limited amount of seating, but usually you can find a bench like this right here and eat your meal there. Number 8 is the Shawarma Palace and Adventures Campus. This is one of 2 Shawarma Palace locations. Here you're going to get the New York's tastiest shawarma or the Impossible Victory Falafel. It's a very tiny little cart, but it does have food that packs a punch. If you want some shawarma, come here to the Shawarma Palace. Oh, and you can see Spider-Man hanging out right up there. Not all the time, just at certain times of the day. Oh, and there's no seating. So you grab your food and you look for a bench or, you know, something, a trash can. Trash cans are great places to eat, just on top.
Etsy even has, if you Google it, I'm not sure what you Google, but they have trash can things, like tablecloth covers that go over Disney trash cans, have a place to like stick your silverware, because if you know anything, not as much here, but if you know anything about Disney World, you can't go to a food festival without eating on top of a trash can. It just means you didn't do it.
Amy didn't want to be in the video, but I managed to squeeze her in. In addition to being Disneyland annual pass holders and coming here all the time, we usually make a yearly trip to Walt Disney World. I have 3 years worth of Disney World trips vlogged for you guys on the channel. I'll put a link to the playlist right here if you want to watch some of our old Walt Disney World content. One of my personal favorites is Lucky Fortune Cookery at number 7. I would be inclined to put it a little bit higher on the list because I love Chinese food, but I understand that a lot of folks don't, so I put it a little bit lower just in case that's not your favorite type of food. There are other better flavors in the Pacific Wharf area, but I think Lucky Fortune Cookery deserves to be a little higher personally, but I'll put it at number 7. Since we were just mentioning Pacific Wharf, number 6 is the Pacific Wharf Cafe. You can get the sourdough bread bowls here, which admittedly are very good. I'm just not the biggest soup person. When they used to have the cheddar broccoli soup here, it was a lot better. They've gotten rid of that soup, but if you really like soups and you want a bread bowl, this is the place to be. Next is Cocina Cucamonga Mexican Grill. This is number 5. You can get the quesadilla street tacos here, very tasty, definitely worth it. Lots of seating available all the way around, and if the actual restaurant itself is full, just turn around and the greater Pacific Wharf area has plenty of seating for you. Now, I have only eaten here once. I've only gotten the quesadilla taco, so I cannot speak for the rest of the food offerings, but if it's anything like the quesadilla, it's going to be good. And back this way, there is even more seating for Pacific Wharf. There's just so many places to sit and eat here at this area. This is a suite, not a quick service location, but I'm going to put Ghirardelli as an honorable mention because they do have the most amazing ice cream. I'm just not going to number it. Our first table service restaurant on the list is Carthay Circle, coming in at number 4. I put it at the bottom for table services, not necessarily on the quality of food. The taste is there, but the portion sizes are small, the costs are high, and it's just not a great place to go for value. It is very nice inside, fine dining for sure. Take your wife on a date, that sort of place to go. And while you're standing out here waiting for your fruit table to be called, you can watch the trolley go by. How cool is that? Better yet, when you're done eating, go ride the trolley. Coming in at number 3 is Lamplight Lounge. Now, honestly, this should be a lot higher on my list, but the reason why it is not is because it is very hard to get a reservation here, but the food is tasty if you can manage it. Additionally, they do have a walk-up list, but that walk-up list might see you waiting a half an hour to an hour, and that walk-up list fills up in the first 10 minutes. So if you want to get on the walk-up list, you really need to be physically in this area to join it right at 11 o'clock when it opens, and be very quick. And the best quick service in all of Disney California Adventure is PYM Test Kitchen, coming in at number 2. Whether you're getting the panini sandwich, the not-so-little chicken sandwich, or the Impossible Spoonful, PYM Test Kitchen is well worth your consideration. It's a newer restaurant that opened in 2021 with the opening of Adventures Campus, and it has easily made its way into being one of my favorite places to eat in the entirety of the Disneyland resort. My only complaint is that all the seating areas tend to usually be completely filled up and you have to go elsewhere. To the old Hyperion Theater queue area where they have some overflow for PYM Test Kitchen, but it is quite a walk. And finally, we have Wine Country Trattoria. I placed this number 1 on my list, not because it has the best food per se out of all of the table service restaurants, but because it has the easiest dining availability as well as the most affordable food compared to the other 2 table service restaurants. And it does have really good food. So I put this at number 1 simply because it is the best table service restaurant, in my opinion. They have Italian flavors, there's plenty of seating, and the walk-up list is easy to get onto if you don't happen to get a reservation. That's all the time we have for ranking every single restaurant at DCA. Did you agree with me? Did you not? Let me know down in the comments how you would have ranked certain restaurants here. Then hit the like and subscribe button for more Disneyland content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.